be absolutely devastating.
Oh! Here, this is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, well, it's happening, everybody. Welcome to Facer Hill Pro Wrestling Talk, Thursday, April 9th, 2026. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by OG Tony, Big Glenn, and Marcus Fine. How's it going, guys?
Doing fantastic.
Hey, Billy Buzz. Billy Buzz has been on here since 7:59. So how's it going, Billy Buzz? One of our
what's up, Billy?
Best fans that we have. We really appreciate him.
The Joey Owens Show.
Yeah, no doubt, man. That's awesome. We'll start things off. I know Justin will be on in a little bit.
Hey, Billy, what'd you think of that wrestling show last night? I know Billy was on there watching the ICW show on our YouTube page last night.
I know. I think he liked the ladies in the main event because he commented on one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
I think
Mila Johnson, one.
The one.
Yeah, let's jump into it, guys. I'm going to start off with NXT Stand and Deliver was Saturday night. Guys, it was an outstanding show. They started off with probably the best match of the night on the show. Probably should have been the main event, but I understand. But the women are the feature act on NXT. I know Marcus watches. I think he'll agree with that statement. So would Big Glenn. But they started off with Lola Vice, JC Jane, and Kendall Gray for the women's title. Lola Vice won the match. It was match of the night, probably ladies' match of the year so far. It was really good, man. I know last week I thought the ladies' match was outstanding too, but this beat that one. Really, really good. And Lola, all three of them look fantastic. I would say JC Jane after WrestleMania will be heading up to Billy Buzz. JC Jane will be moving up to the main roster, I would assume, pretty soon. Next after that, we had a tag team championship match. The Vanity Project beat the Los Americanos. This was right up there too with match of the night. It was outstanding. The crowd was hot. It was really good. Vanity Project, I'll tell you what, I think these guys have got a future. These guys 9 months ago was WWENXT program signees from the independents. Now they're signed with NXT and champions, and I think going to be stars. They're very, very young guys. I think they're going to be stars. Next up, we had Saruka defeating Zarya. Really good match. A lot of storytelling in this match. Really good. The feud's not over yet. I think it's going to keep going, but it was a strong match. Then we had Miles Bourne beat Johnny Gargano. It was really strong also. I think a big win for Bourne to help him get more established as a champion. So I thought it was what was needed, but it was outstanding. Then we had Tatum Paxley defeating Blake Monroe. Really another really strong match. I mean, really good. It was probably Blake Monroe's best match on NXT that she's had coming over from AEW. So I thought it was really strong. And then the championship match at the end, Tony D'Angelo becoming new NXT champion, beating Joe Henry, Ethan Page, and Ricky Saints. It was really solid fatal four-way. I thought this show was really strong, guys. I give it anywhere from 8.5 to 9. It was very good, very good. So we'll be talking some more NXT here in a little bit. Real quick, I want to give a review for TNA Impact that happened past Thursday. I was really excited when I seen they was going to have a match between Tessa Blanchard and Jody Threat because it was going to be a bunkhouse match. Well, it was a good match, but it wasn't a bunkhouse match. They called it a bunkhouse match, and they had a rope out there that they used for maybe 2 minutes. It was a hardcore match, and it was a good hardcore match. I'm not taking anything, but it wasn't as advertised. It wasn't a bunkhouse match. I did like the fact that Tessa Blanchard wore a Magnum TA T-shirt. I thought that was pretty cool. Of course, Magnum TAs are stepdads, but I thought that was cool. Good match, but it just wasn't what I thought it would be. Then from there, we had Eddie Edwards, Mustafa Ali, and Cedric Alexander, along with Agent Zero, who is now wrestling. He's a big dude, man, about 6'9", 6'10". They defeated Mike Santana, Leon Slater, Trey Miguel, and Moose in a 8-man tag. Also, we had AJ Francis beating the Hometown Man, and Ariana Grace defeating Zaya Brookside to retain her Knockouts title. Decent show. I'll give it a 7. I do like one thing I do like about TNA, guys, is they use the old formula in wrestling. Do a lot of feuds. I mean, it ain't all about the main top of the card. They're putting their mid card wrestlers in feuds, kind of like it was back in the old days. You know, everybody can have something to do. Have feuds. I like the fact that they're doing that, and they don't have a lot of choices. I mean, they don't have a lot of big stars. So, and we got some stuff to talk about TNA a little bit later. A lot of stuff going on in the news about them. A lot of upset people. Justin's not on yet, so let's go to Marcus for the NXT review for this Wednesday.
All right. Well, they opened the show with the recap of what you had just given with the pay-per-view, PLE. New champ Tony D'Angelo came out, and then here comes Joe Hendry saying that if you beat me, or let's see how it would have happened if it was one-on-one and not a fatal four-way. But then Paige at Saints came out, and they're all out there arguing. I really thought it was going to be Paige at Saints taking on Joe Hendry and D'Angelo. I really thought that was the match they were going to set up. Yeah. But then they had the Dark State showed up, and then it ended up being an 8-man tag team. Everybody got to fighting with everybody. But it was, of course, pick and pick, and I couldn't tell you who the hell was there fighting with who. But it looked like there was more than 8 people. It looked more like 30 in that little screen, so I really couldn't tell. So they set up the match at the top of the hour. It wasn't the main event. It was the top of the hour match. So then Sol Ruca versus Izzy Dane. Izzy Dane won that with help from Zarya. Match started out pretty decent. They were dodging each other's moves, but when they started getting to it, Sol decided to flip and flop and fly around everywhere. But then they had a punch fest, but then it ended up being Zarya come out and Izzy Dane won that. Then what I thought was funny was then Vanity Project decided to have Arts and Crafts Day at their house, I guess, because then they made a homemade belt for Blake Monroe. Because it was funny because they're all arguing, well, I put the rubies on, well, I did this, and that's not real blood, but it could be. And so they presented her with another belt. I'm wondering if they coming up with a ladder match like Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon did when they both had the Intercontinental title belts.
They might.
Eventually down the line, they're going to have them both up, and whoever gets both belts ends up winning that, whatever title that is. So
that could be.
Kiana Carver defeated Jasper Troy and Josh Briggs in a triple threat match. That's about exactly what I thought. Carver manhandled everybody in that. So then Dark State versus D'Angelo, Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, and Ricky Saints. Ethan Page ended up winning that. Then D'Angelo went out and punched everyone. What's this say here? And then I'm not sure what that says. I can't remember. It was a pretty decent match. It was hard to keep track of. It's hard to keep track of 8-man tag teams, but
it is.
It was. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. And then they had their speed match. Lexus King taking on a new guy named Chaz Starboy Hall. Yeah. Chaz had the upper hand the entire match until the very end, and then Lexus King dropped him with these moves. So Lexus won that. And then the main event was Shiloh Hill and Tatum Paxley taking on Blake Monroe and Jackson Drake. I like the fact that it was old school, that ladies took on ladies, men took on men. I don't remember who won that. Who won that, Tony? Shiloh and Tatum? No. And then I think Blake Monroe and Jackson Drake won that.
Yeah, they did.
Because they had that goofy look on their faces. The other two had that goofy look on their faces when they lost. I am getting sick and tired of everybody. Why has everybody got to be – these matches ain't 1-on-1, 2-on-2. Everybody's got to be out there. And you made the statement, well, Vanity Project's going to go on and be big stars. Well, are they if they have to wrestle by themselves?
No.
Instead of having half a dozen people out there with them?
Hey, Josh.
So
What's up, Josh?
then the next 2 weeks are doing the Revenge weeks 1 and weeks 2. Set up Tony D'Angelo will take on Ethan Page. Jada will take on Keelana Jordan, and Lola Vice will take on JC Jane. That's week 1. I give the show a 10. I enjoyed it. Of course, I had
Did you?
to
Oh, damn.
a couple weeks, but I enjoyed it. It kept my, except for I wish they'd figure out commercials and picture.
Real quick, I did want to mention the young guy that was in that match. He on the Independence, he went by Starboy Charlie.
Yeah, that's going to be the dude right there.
Yeah, they're real high on him because he just got signed, and he's going to be on Evolve, but he haven't had a match on Evolve yet. They put him on NXT. I know he got beaten, 3 minutes or whatever, but I think the guy's going to be something. But he just got signed off the Independence. I think this ID program's working out pretty good for NXT and WWE right now.
Lexus King did his job. He made that kid look good, but didn't let that kid win. So
yeah,
because that kid had the upper hand for the 2 minutes, because it was only like 2 minutes. That's all the longer that match lasted. So
yeah.
And then he dropped him. So
yeah, I gave the show, which I've been watching every week, I give it a 7.5. I thought it was pretty solid. I thought it was pretty good, so I enjoyed it. Let me see here. You guys want to talk to this guy here? He's asking here, do you think Jade Cargill will lose or win at WrestleMania? Hey guys, let's see. What do you think, Big Lynn? Is Jade Cargill gonna win or lose at WrestleMania?
I believe Jade is going to lose at WrestleMania.
I'm 50-50. They just started this new.
It's as close as it's ever been. I will say that.
Yeah, because they started her with these new group that she's got with her, 2 wrestlers they got with her. I'm 50-50 on it, man. I can't.
Speaking of factions, man, I know we're kind of backtracking back at NXT, but the Valiant Project and Blake Monroe can be a pretty damn good faction.
Yeah, if they do put them together completely, that's what they're kind of looking at. I'm going to lean towards Rhea because I think she's just a bigger star. I think it could depend on. I mean, I think it could be a deal. It could depend on how Jade performs at WrestleMania. They could make that call in the ring because this is a big match for Jade. It's time to put up or shut up. If she don't perform well, I don't see her keeping that belt much longer. Chris, what do you think?
you're muted.
You muted, Chris.
I got you.
Yeah, no. I hope that Rhea wins, but the closer it's getting to Mania, the more I think that Jade's going to win.
Billy Buzz says she's going to get stomped.
So yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward that Jade's going to win, even though I would like to see Rhea win. I'm a big Rhea fan, but and I really felt like Rhea was going to win, but over the last week or couple weeks, I think it's looking more and more like Jade's going to win.
Okay, what do you think, Marcus?
I think you nailed it on the head. I don't want to give out the whole name, but Jonathan does that. His matches aren't determined until he decides if he's going to take it or he's going to let him have it. And I have a feeling if Jade doesn't perform, then Rhea's going to take the belt, and they're going to in the ring. Just Jonathan does that.
Yeah, I wonder about that.
He decides who takes the pin, and if you do what you're supposed to, you get it, and if not,
I'm gonna go check that out, Josh.
Okay, we'll go ahead and we're going to do AEW with
What's up, Justin?
Big Glenn.
Hi.
And then we'll go back to Justin SmackDown and then Chris Raw. Big Glenn.
Yes. So what I shocked us was we had Chris Jericho make his first appearance, I believe.
Second.
Yeah, second appearance. I knew it was one or two. I'm not more than a big AEW fan, but I pay attention to it enough. But yeah, Jericho came out, did this list thing, stuff like that. And we had Dog House family defeat Bandito, Darby Allin, and Jack Perry. We had the AEW TBS title match between Willow Nightingale and Queen Endemita. Willow Nightingale retained. and we had a Casino Gauntlet #1 contender spot match, Casino Gauntlet #1 spot match. Ciampa defeated Mascara Dorodoa. And we had a Canadian Chaos in Canada 8-man tag. United Empire defeated Death Riders. So it was an all right show. I would probably go middle of the road. Nothing good, nothing fancy, Yeah. It's all good, Josh.
I agree. I give it a 7. One of the best things on the show was that Chris Jericho putting of course, now I'm going to Ricochet on the list. He broke out the list again, so I thought that was kind of cool. The opening was very good. It was very well shot. It was the Death Riders and the United Empire. The only problem was, unless you really into New Japan Wrestling, nobody knew who the hell United Empire is for the most part. So, and they didn't do a very good job during the show to let people know who they are, on that. So, and the match you had at the end was pretty good. I mean, it was a decent show. I give it a 7. It was probably the best show they've done in the last 3 or 4 weeks. They got a big pay-per-view coming up this Sunday, Dynasty. The big match there is Kenny Omega against MJF for the AEW Championship. If I'm them, I keep it on MJF. The ratings have went up since he's came back. I think they'd be a fool to make a change right now. It's just my opinion.
I'd at least keep that on him, that belt on him to at least All In London.
Yeah, they're. Do I think the wrestling's a lot better right now? I don't personally, but the ratings have come back up, and they're doing as well as they've done in probably a year and a half to 2 years. So I wouldn't make a change. I think it'd be crazy to make a change right now. I did have another question out there. Is TKO forcing Triple H out? And is he predicting this about The Rock? CM Punk, double heel turn. CM Punk, a Rock guy. I don't see that. I don't see CM Punk. I think CM Punk's going to stay the hero. I think we could get some turns. We could see The Rock. Who knows? I'm not going to predict that because The Rock does what he wants to do. So, and that could change the day of. So who knows?
Shit, Rock can show up in this big Ford Raptor in Vegas at the Allegiant Stadium and say, "I want to be a part of the main event," and they'll let him go and do it.
It would be interesting if if Punk turned though. That would be interesting. And it would.
No, I'm not saying it.
It would cause a lot of uproar on the internet. I mean, it definitely shake things up.
Yeah, I think there are going to be some things shake things up at WrestleMania this year. I don't know if it's going to be that, but hell, who knows? Who knows where they're going with that?
Hey, that belt did look pretty good on her when they attacked Rhea a few weeks ago. So I would love to see it myself.
Let's go over to SmackDown with Justin Terrell.
That's the last part. All right. SmackDown started off with Cody Rhodes, running his mouth, and then all of a sudden Orton comes out, and then it comes to find out that Pat McAfee is the man behind the phone calls. Was a total swerve for me. I wasn't expecting that. Kind of curious to see where it goes. Then we had Rhea Ripley defeat Michin, which after the match, it was kind of been predictable throughout the last couple weeks, seeing Rhea getting beat down by them and then standing tall. However, we got Io Sky coming back to make the save. Then we had Uncle Howdy defeated Tama Tonga. They finally got that storyline kind of over with. It seems like Uncle Howdy finally got the lantern back. So we'll see how that goes. And then Trick Williams invited Lil Yachty, or is it Yachi or is it Yachty?
Yachty. I think it's Yachty.
He invited the Little Yachty to WrestleMania. So hey, I don't listen to him. I'm just asking the questions.
Okay. I don't know who he is either.
He accepts, and then we get a stare down dispute, a fight between him, Sami Zayn, and Carmelo Hayes, which later turns into the main event, United States title match between Carmelo Hayes and Sami Zayn. Aleister Black defeated Matt Cardona. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair defeated Bayley and Lyra. Damian Priest and R-Truth kept the tag titles, but they won in a controversial way. Danhausen came in for a hot. Danhausen came in for a hot tag. The Miz didn't like it. Danhausen went to curse the Miz and actually ended up cursing the ref. Ref went to count the 1, 2, 3 for the Miz. The ref's hand stopped working. Then
it was awesome.
Then Damian Priest hit the finisher 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn then won. Sami Zayn then won the main event to retain the United States title. But the segment of the night was the Danhausen curse.
It was awesome, Marcus. If you hadn't checked it out, I know it sounds ridiculous, but they did it so well. That ref sold it so well. He coming down for the third count, and his arm just like freezes up, so then he ends up
the loud scream.
His left hand. Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. The big thing there, I mean, Pat McAfee really didn't make a lot of sense with Randy Orton to a certain degree, but I thought McAfee's promo I really liked.
These are his. Yeah, he does. I can see OG Tony with the pip walk and a cane.
Yeah, and that boombox.
I used to have boombox.
Yeah, we know about that.
We know he'll die over his boombox.
I about got killed. I wasn't very
Freeze.
Freeze frame. That was the
Yeah,
that's the song, and then also my buddy Freeze. McAfee's promo was good. I thought Cody's promo was very good when he came back out. So I thought I liked that, and then I also had the Danhausen thing. Justin, what would you rate the SmackDown?
I thought it was a really good SmackDown. Honestly, I think I'm gonna. I would get an 8.5, almost 9. I felt like some of the wrestling was kind of off, but then you look at it like they're sluggish. They're doing all those house shows and everything, trying to get ready for WrestleMania and things. So I think a little bit's going to be heating up. I do like some of the stuff's being squashed. Some of the boring storylines leading into WrestleMania. So I think it was a solid show. 8.5.
I give it a 7.5. Cage match wrestling give it a record low. I think it was like a 3.3 or a 1.3 or something. Cage match did, but cage match is up AEW's ass. So if they don't rate segments and stuff, it's all about the matches.
1.3. If that's a 1.3, that means that AEW show I watched a couple weeks ago was like a negative 5.5. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, I know. I don't disagree. Okay, guys, let's go to
hey
Chris.
Tony. Before we go to the next thing, I do see TNA's live event schedule for the rest of the year. It looks like date of note is August 23rd in Chicago.
Who is it? TNA?
Yep, TNA.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now.
All right. Chris, let's go to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I thought Raw was good this week. They added to a lot of the storylines. Still building up for WrestleMania. The worst build up ever for WrestleMania, if you ask the internet. But I love the CM Punk promo. A lot of times you have somebody come out there and do that long of a promo, you think, oh, this is way too long. I never felt like it was too long. Hell, he probably could have went a couple more minutes and I've been okay with it. It was, I thought it was great. I think IShow Speed has to get some credit. I think he's doing great in what he's doing, and then he showed his athleticism when he hopped. Who was it now? LA Knight. He straight just hurdled LA Knight like it was nothing. When LA Knight and Usos had him, I like the way he's doing, like the Danhausen segment with him. I thought he was good. His facial expressions and stuff and good in that. I like that. Danhausen said, "Give me your mansion," and he kind of looked at it. He ended up with the Vision anyway. Of course, Dom attacked Balor before that match ever got started. Building that feud up for Mania. I like the Rollins and Gunther promo. I like that. I thought that was a good segment as well. What the hell was Jade Cargill wearing?
I don't know what the hell that was.
Like, I don't know what.
She looked like that one cartoon.
It was something I wrote down, so I would have said it. Like, what the hell is she wearing?
It looked like that cartoon character that used to be on Bugs Bunny. There was a big old red thing that used to almost look like a heart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what the
like
name
she had
was.
that around her.
Yeah,
her
it was
chest.
ridiculous.
It was crazy.
Yeah, Speed's been good. I agree, guys.
Yeah, I think Speed has been great. And then love to open Femi and Brock Lesnar segment supposed to be the contract signing, and then it went. Nobody could hold them back. They're throwing chairs, the office chairs at each other. Luckily, they didn't.
That's the way they all go.
Yeah.
You ever seen a
Yeah.
contract signing and it didn't act like that?
Yeah, yeah. They never even got close to the contract side. It did this nuts right off the bat.
Rey Mysterio got added to the ladder match at Mania. I thought that was cool.
You know what's crazy about those chairs, man, is those things are heavy as hell.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a pretty good show overall. I probably had it right around an 8.5.
Yeah, I agree. That's about what I had it at. Yeah, what was so impressive about the CM Punk promo was that he just didn't attack one person. He started off with Roman, went mixed with Roman and The Rock, and then at the end he got Pat McAfee, which I thought was very Pat McAfee. McAfee is what he called him. So I a little hit there. So I thought it was fantastic. I thought the promo was great. And the thing about it, guys, whether people thought the storylines are right or make sense or whatever, the views that they got off Pat McAfee on Friday night and then the views they got off CM Punk with these promos are in the millions. I mean, just getting looked at and looked at and looked at.
And then McAfee's airing that promo from Friday night during every one of his both his commercial breaks every day. This week he's been replaying that segment.
Hell, the week of Mania, that'll probably injure his show.
I imagine he'll be out there.
They usually go to the WWE World or whatever and set up for the week of Mania.
But yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I got about the same grade on an 8.5. So that was pretty solid. They're doing good on the promos.
CM Punk is doing some of his best work he's done. Like, I know everybody loves the original pipe bomb promo, but this promo to me was right up there with that, if not maybe a little better. I thought
it was really good too. Okay, guys, I got a few topics I wanted to bring up. Guy brought this up earlier, and we were going to bring it up, and Chris even had it in the heading. TKO. You guys think TKO is trying to push Triple H out? Do you think that I know Jonathan Coachman has predicted before this year is up, Triple H will be out, and he believes The Rock will be in. I think Triple H could be out, maybe. I doubt it. I hope not. I don't think The Rock would take that job. I don't. He's got too much other stuff going on. Now, The Rock.
What's The Rock have going on? He's a former movie star.
Well, according to CM Punk, yeah. But
James Ellsworth was a
TV legend.
TV legend, yeah, with no chin, that's for sure. Justin, what do you think? Do you think TKO is going to push Triple H out?
I don't know. I don't really think so. There's rumors that VKM has a buyer that's willing to help him buy it back. I don't see it. I really don't, because I honestly think if somebody else other than, man, I don't know. I don't. It's hard to say. I think they're in a better position because of H. I don't think he's the issue. I really don't. I think the main issue is overpricing your ticket sales.
Yep.
And overpricing out your average customer. I think that's one of your big issues. I don't think the issue is necessarily the product or Triple H itself. I think a lot of it has to do with the ticket sales.
I agree. The other issue too, I think a little bit, is also the amount of commercials that they've got to have on the programming for these, like Netflix. For Netflix to be able to make their money back, they got to sell so many commercials. That hurts the product some, no doubt about it. I mean, it does. There's no two ways about it. But yeah, I think it'd be a big mistake to push Triple H out. But I guess you never know. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. You never know how much to believe into the rumors. I think if they do, they'd be making a big mistake. Because I agree with Justin. I don't think Triple H is the problem. I don't think the storylines and the product is the problem. I think it's more of with WrestleMania going back to Vegas for 2 years in a row, and I think that, and then the prices of tickets for everything, not just Mania, and not just WWE shows, across the board for any event you try to go to. Ticket prices are fucking ridiculous. Like, hell, it costs you an arm and a leg to go watch a game nowadays. If you and if you want to go to a big game, any kind of like national championship or any big game, it's going to cost you $300-400 to sit at the very top just to get in the door. Like, so
Concert the same way.
I mean, hell, you used to at least you could go sit at the top and pay $30-40 or something for a cheap ticket. At least you were there. Now they've even outpriced the damn nosebleed seats.
Yep.
I mean, like for the basketball game the other night, national championship, it was like $900 to get in the cheapest ticket you can find to get in the door. And you're talking about Lucas Oil Stadium, where they put this little ass basketball court. So you're already, when you're in the regular seats, you're already far away from the court. And now I'm all the way up at the top, and it's cost me $1,000. Like, but as long as people buy them, they're going to keep doing it.
Yep.
we can sit and say, "Oh yeah, the ticket sales are down," but they're still going to end up with probably over 40,000 people there both nights. That's still a hell of a lot of people and a hell of a lot of money they're making.
They're about 40,000 for both nights right now, so about 80,000.
They'll be close to 50,000 for each night.
Yeah, they will, and I think right now they'd be if they was in New Orleans, they'd be at 50 or 55 right now. They'd be right where they wanted to be.
But
so
me personally,
I think Vegas was a mistake.
Me personally, the only way I see Triple H out is if something was to happen and, like Justin said, Vince McMahon got back in charge. Then I can see Triple H. I can see Triple H walking away. I don't know if he would. I don't know if he'd want to work with Vince again. After the way some of the stuff was going there toward the end. So that's the only way I see Triple H going. And as far as The Rock, I don't think The Rock wants to be there at every show and put that kind of time in, especially with all the other stuff he has going on.
Now he might put a team. He likes that one guy, Brian Gerwitz, who did all his writing. He might put Gerwitz and somebody else in charge, but he wouldn't be the main guy. He may put some input in, but I don't see him doing that. Marcus, what do you think?
No, I don't. They shouldn't. Triple H is the guy that knows wrestling. Don't do another Jim Herd bullshit and pull somebody else in there that has no idea what's going on to start running storylines.
Jeff Bezos, there you go.
and you guys are talking ticket prices. When I first started going to WWE events, tickets were $12. $12 floor seats. And it was like $5 to park. Right there in the arena, Market Square Arena.
Yeah.
And now, like Chris said, you're down.
$12 is pretty much tax.
Gigantically large arena, so the floor looks really small because it's a standard wrestling ring. But when you put 400 of them in that same space, where you got the people, it's going to look small. And who wants to watch a video? You want to watch a TV screen and get any idea what's going on? You can do that at home. And it don't cost you anything except your cable bill.
Yeah, that's true.
The ticket prices are ridiculous. I think the last time we went in 2001, I think tickets were $37. We were 12th row up.
I was gonna say, I remember taking Austin to go watch Monday Night Raw when it was a taping, and so you got to see 2 Raws because they were taping for the next week as well. And and we were sitting lower level and paid like $50 a ticket, and we were like 12 rows in the regular seats. We went on the floor, and it was at Conseco, so great seats, kind of like what we had for SummerSlam that year.
Yeah,
and we paid like $100 for like $100.
I think it was $90 a ticket.
It was like $90 a ticket, and we were 15 rows up from the floor. Like now, hell, you can't get in the door for that price for $90.
No.
Well, I think it was $14 to watch four tapings of wrestling superstars.
Really?
It was talking 30 matches.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like Jeffersonville 30 matches. I mean, these were good 30 matches.
Call out Jeffersonville. That's awesome.
Bang bang.
But I think it was $14. It's me, my mom, my sister, and I think it was $6 to park. It's like, tickets are. You'll never see me. I can't afford that. The money I would spend for one ticket there, shoot, hell, I could take another trip to Forge it back.
Yeah, concerts the same way. It just went crazy. Billy Buzz, I'll ask Chris. He may know about this. It's not wrestling related, but it's Vegas related. Are the A's going to Vegas still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, they're still going. Are still going to Vegas. I think they're in the process of getting them a ballpark. They'll be playing. I think they're playing like Sacramento or somewhere right now. They'll be playing a couple different places until their ballpark in Vegas gets done. And I think they're changing the way it talks. They might be even changing the name.
Okay.
Hell, but I tell you what, man, the scalpers market is as good as now as it's ever been.
Oh yeah. Big Glenn, what do you think? You think the TKO is going to push Triple H up?
I mean, it's a possibility because we had the Billy Gunn joke during their live stream when him and Road Dogg were signing, but not too sure at the end of the day. But if the rumor is true about Vince buying it back, I'm sure his partner is probably the Saudi people.
Yeah,
his boys over in Saudi. That's who I would think that only people that have that kind of money to buy it back. But on the ticket prices and stuff, I kind of hate it myself. I've gotten to the point where I rather just get in the building now and get all the extra follow-ups and stuff, pay more for that, and just be in the building cheap seat.
Yeah. I hope not. I think
cheap seat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I did look today. Ticket prices are coming down. Now, wouldn't you be upset if you had already bought tickets for Mania and a guy may get a ticket next to you or 2 rows away
For about $500 less.
Yeah, I'd be a little upset.
Yeah, I personally would, but that's why I was making that suggestion. Whenever we host SummerSlam and Mania, if you want to buy a ticket, buy WWE World or the FanFest ticket, because that'd be the smart thing to do. Then buy the event ticket close to the day of or whatever,
Close to the time. Yeah, you might be better off. Yeah, because like you said, I've seen rumors like you did, Glenn, that SummerSlam may be here in 2027. So ending. So
if they got a FanFest, I'll buy that in the pre-sale, but I won't buy the SummerSlam either night on the pre-sale. I'll probably wait until like August 1 or something like that to buy them. Okay,
and the last topic I really had, guys, something that's been going on for a few days now, but it's really hit hard the last couple, involving TNA wrestling. And they came out today. Nick Nemeth was supposed to wrestle MJF at an independent show over WrestleMania weekend. I think out in Vegas or out in that area. Also, Leon Slater from TNA was supposed to wrestle Ricochet on an independent show. Well, TNA's president, Silva, came out and said that's no longer happening. They're not going to let their talent wrestle AEW people. They believe a couple different reasons have came out. I don't know what the truth is. Last Thursday, Collision showed on Thursday at the same time as TNA, and supposedly TNA got pissed off about it because they moved their show to Thursday. But the National Championship games, the Final Four games was on TNT. So Collision would have had a show after that at midnight or whatever. So there's been a big thing about that, and 5-for-1 is talking about that here. And he claims WWE. There's been some talk that WWE put their foot down and said they don't want them guys wrestling, which it's not their wrestlers, but that would that be should it be an issue? Would you want your TNA wrestlers going to independent shows and losing to AEW's top talent? Now this one thing said that it was okay for them to go to shows before, and they already had agreed to the finishes, and something changed this week. Now that's why some people said it may had to do with Thursday because they got upset about them moving the show. Some people said WWE stepped in. I don't know. What's your guys' feelings, Marcus? I seen you shake your head. What do you think?
I think it's stupid because there's going to be cameras there filming that. And the minute you have an AEW guy pin a WWE contracted fellow, they're going to broadcast the daylights out of that and tarnish the reputation. And yeah, you don't want to cross those promotions, even if it is on the independents, because there's going to be eyes and cameras watching there. And then that's going to get out there. And then you might have another one of them, they may agree to the finishes, but is that really what's going to happen when you'll have another screw drop kind of thing going on here?
That's true.
No,
that's
you got too much to lose to have that crap going on.
Once you okay for them to go, you don't have any control. Once the wrestlers get to the show, the finish could change. I agree with you there. It's interesting. I know a lot of internet fans are upset. You're taking money out of those wrestlers' pocket. I guess they could be, no doubt.
I bet they got something.
But the thing of it is, now I did hear this. I heard that I think they changed Nick Nemeth's match to where he's wrestling somebody else. So maybe they'll do the same thing. They can wrestle people, but I guess they're going to control who they wrestle. But the other thing is, man, these wrestlers know if you sign a contract, what the clauses are in the contract. So it's hard for me to feel bad for anybody because you signed that piece of paper and you should know what's in it. I mean, that's the only thing there on that part. But I thought that was interesting. Justin, what do you think?
I mean, I agree. I mean, once you sign your name on the dotted line, you have to abide by the rules. So if you're a WWE superstar and they allow you to work these independent shows and they say, hey, you can work this, but you're not allowed to work this guy from this promotion or whatever the case may be, you have to abide by that or you could lose your job. It's not, I mean, obviously that's not worth losing your job. Everybody knows that it's been like that for the longest time. I mean, when WWE didn't have any partners, they didn't allow any of their guys to work with anybody outside of any company. Unless it was just an independent guy. Like you couldn't have an independent show where a WWE guy and a TNA guy wrestled. But it's great now that they have their partnerships. You know they're kind of steering away from that. But like I get it. You can. I mean, when you have the AEW champion against Nick Nemeth, like obviously who are you gonna put over in that? You're gonna put MJF over in that because he's the AEW champion. You don't want to tarnish their champion unless you do a double count out. Then everybody else is gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Same thing with Ricochet and Slater. Slater's the champion for TNA. They don't want him to lose Ricochet.
Yeah, they don't want him to lose Ricochet. So therefore, it's. I don't feel bad for anybody. I think MJF was. I mean, I get he was mad at the situation, and he voiced his opinions online. But he has to look at the bigger picture. You can't blame them if. You can't blame them for doing it because Tony Khan could easily have done the same thing.
Yeah, it'd be a good match, MJF and Nemeth. But the bottom line is the way, in my opinion, the way TNA's got to look at it. How is that helping them?
It's not.
If it's not going to benefit them, why would they allow it? That would be one point that I have. Now, it benefits the fans to see matches like that. a possible kind of dream match, Ricochet, Slater. Yeah, I would love to see that match. But Big Glenn, you take.
You said the match got canceled, correct? It got pulled.
Yeah, I think they moved them if it's going to wrestle somebody different.
I hate it because just the advertisement of them two, because those are two huge names. Granted, Nick is on the down end of his career, but dude's able to work pretty damn good in the ring. MGF, one of the biggest stars in wrestling. Definitely a top heel. I mean, obviously you have the car subject to change stuff, but a lot of people were probably looking forward to seeing that match, just based on paper, oh yeah, we got a TNA guy versus a AEW guy. I mean, you don't see that much, and people were probably going to check that out, but now it's pulled. But it's the wrestling business, New Jack used to say it best. It is what it is. Welcome to the business.
Yeah, Chris, what do you think?
Well, before Chris goes, and like you said it right there, it is what it is. But it's the business. But at the same time, everybody knows card is subject to change. Like, and if you don't put it on your card, that's on you. But me being on the booking side and having been on the booking side, I've never once always had a shirt card and been relied on the shirt card, because I know the card's always subject to change. You're going to have no call, no shows. You're going to have mishaps. You're going to have sickness or injuries. You're going to have things that just happen, and you can't control the uncontrollable. So I don't see why people should be. I get why people would be mad, but I'm sorry about your luck. That card is always subject to change.
Now, the one show, the MJF, no, I can't remember. One of the shows was a fundraiser, and the promoter is really upset because they really hyped this up, sold tickets for 4 or 5 weeks. They had this. I mean, and that's one thing I gotta say about MJF being upset. I mean, they went to the promoters from TNA. They got everything okayed. They knew what the finish was going to be. He okayed it. Everything was good. That's why some people think WWE stepped in and said, no, we don't want you to do that. And maybe, their influence is what made Silva change his mind. I don't know. Some people think it's because Silva got mad about TNA moving their show to Thursdays. Who knows? But yeah, I
also heard there's a rumor going in, like WWE ahead of WrestleMania 41 weekend. They announced the acquisition of AAA. There's rumors going around that ahead of WrestleMania 42 weekend, they may announce the acquisition of TNA Wrestling.
That's possible. Who knows? That could be. Chris, what do you think?
I mean, I basically agree with what you guys are saying. I mean, when you're signed with the company, they're going to be able to do that. I would like to know what changed though. If you'd okayed everything, why all of a sudden now say? Because you could have just from the beginning not okayed it. Then now you don't have none of this happening because nothing would ever been advertised. But to okay it and then back out at the last second kind of makes me think that maybe WWE is either purchasing or becoming even a bigger partner with TNA.
Yeah,
and maybe told the guy, hey, we don't want, we're getting ready to purchase you and go announce that Mania. We don't want our guys that are going to be under a contract with us wrestling getting beat by these AEW guys on at the same time. So, I mean, it definitely could be that.
If that rumor is true, I could see that for sure. I could see the way the wrestling business is and see if you guys agree. If I could see TNA getting butthurt to them moving their show to Thursday night and going up against them.
I don't think AEW had any control over that. I think that's the network.
Probably the network. Could have been the network's
because of the basketball, which I don't know why they even had they have the game on fucking TBS, TNT, and True TV. It don't need to be on all 3 fucking channels. You could still have that little wrestling show on one of the channels. Put it on True TV. Like, you didn't have to have a game on all 3 channels.
Well, and that's just like when you look at WWE, like when they have like the Puppy Bowl or other stuff going on, they had to move Monday Night Raw or even SmackDown. Now they had to move them to Sci-Fi or a different channel, but they but they were still on the same time. Like, it was never it wasn't a different day. They just put it on a different channel. Like, why didn't the company do that versus moving to complete days beyond me? I think it was. I don't think so much. I think it had a lot to do with the network, but I also think it was a Tony Khan poll too.
It could be, and also there's been several TNA wrestlers that have left recently and went to AEW, so they could be butthurt about that. I mean, who knows in the wrestling business, like you guys said before. You guys got anything else on this before we get out of here?
Do we want to do an old school match
for next week?
Yeah.
Let's see. Next week we're going to be doing. Let's not do it next week. We'll do 2 weeks because
next week we'll be doing WrestleMania preview.
WrestleMania picks.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah. So we'll hold off on the old school. Hey, we appreciate everybody watching, guys, and we got a show tonight at 10 o'clock. Gondo Sports Room. Chris will have some. Yeah. Justin's gonna have some trivia for us. Chris is gonna be talking some Masters and some UFC. We'll talk a little baseball, a little NBA. We'll be talking a little bit of everything. So join us tonight at 10 o'clock. We appreciate everybody watching. And we'll see everybody face it here. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Now, before everybody signs off, just know that this trivia is a competition, and the loser is going to have a reward. So you don't want to miss this trivia.
Okay. All right. So tune in. Hey, production by Justin Terrell at 10 o'clock tonight.
That shit's scary.
Yeah, I'm sure it could be really good or it could be a clusterfuck. I'm just warning everybody now. So, but hey, it'll be entertaining either way. So we'll see everybody next week, next Thursday for Face or Heel, and we appreciate everybody watching.
Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Oh shit, wrong button.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.